Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Oh my God, I just finished watching Sistas. Before we get started, um, I'm gonna ask you guys, did you see what I saw? Tamika is not here and she probably will not be with us this season. So you'll just be stuck with me and my nasal voice. She'll be back though. Before I get started, guys, let me just say this, okay? Um, when the show first came on, I was already reluctant about watching it because I did a little research, and if my research is correct, Karen been pregnant since season 3. I could be way off. You guys let me know in the comments. I could be way off because I was just sitting here the other day like, dang, what if she's still pregnant the entire season? And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gone. If she's still pregnant by the end of this season, I'm out of here. Looking at her today, her stomach hasn't gotten any bigger. And then with twins. Come on now. Come on. Come on, do better, Tyler. But anyway, I'm back. I y'all know I'm excited because you already know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell the end before I get to the beginning because y'all been listening to me for years, and I've been saying they need to bring Robin back. They brought him back. I had to stop from hollering because I didn't want to disturb everybody with my nasalness. They brought him back. They brought him back. They brought him back. Oh my God, they brought him back. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. I'm super excited. While Tamika's out, my shows probably won't be as long, so you'll have to just bear with me, but they will be just as interesting and just as entertaining because you know I'm crazy. So let me start from the beginning because I already didn't just fast forward it to the end. When I first started watching, now a friend of mine had already told me how good it was and stuff. So I'm sitting here, and these are my notes. Y'all hear me moving around. I had to write notes because you know my memory sucks. But anyway, I looked at the title, Dead Man Walking, and I'm like, okay, that's an interesting title. So I'm already knowing he ain't dead. Okay. They can't get rid of him because the show needs him, so they think, to survive. In my opinion, and it is my opinion because I'm the one saying it, I think the show could be fine without Gary. But I know there are a lot of people who love to hate in any story, any book, any show, any people love to have somebody to hate. I'm a gushy type of person. I don't love to have somebody to hate. I would miss him if he left, but he is big in the show. Like everything ties to him. Without him, I don't know. I would miss him. I would not miss him. But anyway, so Dead Man Walking is the season, I believe, episode 1. Sitting there when the show first started. Now, like I said, a friend of mine said, okay, it's a lot of twists and turns. I'm like, okay, I trust her. I trust her, but I was like, okay, I know how I am. You got to really bring it for me. But anyway, so when the show first came on, my stomach was full of butterflies. I was dreading it a little bit, but I'm like, okay, I got to see what's going on, and I got to get on here and talk to my peoples. Because it's been a while. Oh my goodness, it's been a while. I was going to get on here and start posting about Fatima. I know that it is on, unless it's off by now. I know that it is on. I might get into it, but let's just pull through this first, and then we'll see where we're going to go. Okay, so my stomach was full of butterflies when the show first came on. I loved the opening, but let me go back. The picture that they had up of the sisters. Why they do Danni like that? Why did they make her look so hard like that? What was with the shadows? Come on, get your angle right. I didn't even know who she was. So I'm counting them and I say, wait a minute, somebody's missing. And so when I realized that somebody was missing, I channeled in on the person that looked funny and realized it was Danni. I don't like that. I love me some Danni. I need to do better. Don't have her out here looking like, ooh, I almost said something, but don't have her out here looking like that. Her face was very chiseled. We already know that she has a strong jawline, but they didn't have to do that. But anyway, so the opening scene, I loved it because I like books and shows that they just come in with dialect. I don't want to hear it was a rain and lonely night. I like to come right in with dialect, and that's what they did. I was excited about that. It was very much giving Boys in the Hood until, I realized that nobody was saying, you know, you effed up, right? Nobody was saying that, but it was giving, um, it was giving that. Anyway, so moving on. Wait, did I say Menace to Society? I'm sorry, I messed up. It's early. I'm tripping. But yeah, Menace to Society. I'm sorry. But anyway, so moving on. Um, like I said, the opening scene, loved it. I was angry when they brought Andi out and the investigator, detective, agent, he was trying to turn this into something sexual. I didn't like that. But I know this is their job. They do things, they say things to ruffle feathers. I ain't like that because go lay down. Now, my opinion, my take on all this before I start breaking it down, just let me do it this way. Of all the suspects, we have Andi, Jordan, Sabrina, Karen, Danni, Zach, Fatima, and then his assistant. Can't remember his name for anything, but he looks like he's on something. I don't know if that's the show or if he's on something. But anyway, you know who they didn't bring in? They didn't bring in Marie Wallace. If that's her last name, I always get it wrong. They didn't bring her in. So where is she? They didn't bring in Hayden. Well, we see Hayden was trying to make waves, but they didn't bring in those two. So that's something to consider. But anyway, so moving back, let's get back into these investigations because, honey, this episode had me on 10. Like I said, about the sexual suggestions he was making about Andi Gordon and Jordan and Gary, it was kind of gross. It was gross and it was in poor taste. This has nothing to do with the writing at all. This type of thing happens. Not that I have a lot of experience with this, but I know people. But this type of thing does happen. I just really hated that for her. They kind of had her. I believe that she's too smart for this, and she didn't start showing how smart she was until the last episode. But the thing is, they really got her when they told her that Gary was deceased. That's when they got her. Now, yes, she would have been crying. The thing about relationships, and I'm a guru, the thing about it is, although we may have had a bad experience with somebody, there was something good there. There was something good there that drew me to that person and kept me with them until it didn't. So it was something good there. So you're going to grieve the loss of, very shortly because it's a part of your history. And so he's looking at her like, okay, what's with all the emotions? Just insensitive. And I'm going through something right now about sensitivity training on a personal level with detectives and police officers. And yeah, I'm going through something as far as that goes about sensitivity training. And here, they displayed that they need sensitivity training. I know it's acting, but it came from somewhere. But anyway, moving on. So Andi, I felt like they put her in a place. She's too smart for to accept the things that they were saying. Now, at the end of the show, she was able to come out and be like, listen, you don't know who you messing with, blah, blah, blah. I didn't understand why she just didn't get up and walk away. She could have. That's not an admission of guilt. Let it happen to me. I'm going to be like, look, I got other things to do. Wrap it up. And I'm out. But she didn't do that. And I think that she might have stayed because she had to, in a sense, make sure that everybody else was gone. Everybody else was safe and taken care of. That's what I kind of got out of that when he told her that everybody, was gone or whatever. So, yeah, Andi, I hope she has something maybe she does. Maybe she has Robin up her sleeve. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she was getting to a point where she was desperate. He was winning, and then pop, boom, bam, y'all. Robin enters the chat. Yes. Anyway, let me get back into it. Karen's hair, her new hair. Don't you love it? I loved it. It was time. Like the other ones, come on, ladies. If you go wear a weave or a wig, I'm sorry, who wears weaves anymore? Well, for a few people I know, but they need to get into it. Anyway, so her wig was working it. It was working. It looked good on her. Yeah, it was in there. I liked how she was straight to it. Didn't have time for it. I didn't see why she would really be a suspect. Here we are. We got somebody that's pregnant. Not only pregnant, but at the end of her pregnancy with twins. What did she get? A butcher's knife and just stab him in the neck? And I hated that they said he was stabbed in the heart because based on what I saw, he was stabbed in the neck. Now, I don't know how long the blade was on that boy, but he was stabbed in the neck. Now, I'll say this. The knife was the weapon. Okay? Stay with me. The knife was the weapon. We don't do fingerprints no more. Nobody searched for fingerprints. People weren't, what? You didn't search for fingerprints? Isn't that the thing to do once you pull that boy out and put it in the Ziploc? Supposed to be searching for fingerprints. But anyway, moving on. Let me try to stay with my notes because y'all know how I go. I'm all over the place today because guess who came back? Robin came back, and it was such a huge surprise, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't understand, and I kept playing it back. I didn't get it when, okay, he tied Marie to Gary. Okay, we knew that. Then he tied Aaron and Marie together. You all helped me because I kept going back. I didn't understand what was being said. I didn't understand what the tie was really between Aaron and Marie. What huh? I didn't get it. What was the tie? What was being said? What have they done? I believe that they related them to Pam's store or line of beauty products. I was trying to see how that would affect Karen. What would that have to do with Karen? So I'll probably watch the episode again to try to figure it out, and I'll be looking for you guys in the comments to let me know what did I miss? What was said there? What was that about? Marie, I believe, was the key to the stabbing. So, and I said it before last season, and I believe that she's the one who did it. She's the one, because where is she? Where is she? I don't know if other people are seeing this, but if you are not, just listen to me. I'm not 100% for sure, because I'm not a writer on the show, but I believe that Marie Wallace has something to do with it. You have to remember, Marie, when Andi came to Marie and let her know, I hope I'm saying her name. If it's Mary, I believe it's Marie. When she came to her and let her know what problem she was having as far as with her situation with Jordan and how Jordan was, and how Gary was doing the things that he was doing. Marie was already, I think, advocating for Jordan. Either she's advocating for Jordan or she's advocating for Andi. But at any rate, she told Andi she would take care of things. I'll take care of it, or don't worry about it. However she put it when she was venting to her. And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. I could be so wrong, but I'm in there. I gotta be in there because she wasn't in this episode. Notice they only brought her name up. Nobody said anything about Hayden. What if Hayden and Marie has something to do with it? That could be far-fetched. That could be off putting them together, but they've disqualified Marie with I hope I'm saying her name, guys. If it's Mary, I believe it's Marie. But they disqualify her by not mentioning her. You can't do that. You can't do that. They said what they said, a few little things about her, but they never once said, listen, they had this thing going and she could have possibly did it. If they said that, you guys have got to let me know in the comments for moving forward. Hayden, this is off subject, but you know how I am about fashions and seams and pleats and stitches, because I saw Hayden's suit jacket was, ooh, baby. His whole outfit was together because, as you notice, we never see him out of work clothes. We never see him that way. That jacket was talking. I didn't like how he picked up that suitcase security like that. I think he should have picked it up and put it on the wheels, or either they would have should have given him a suitcase that was shaped differently. That had a different shape, like the landscape portrait. They needed to make a decision on that. But anyway, so he's talking, saying he's got to get out of town and blah blah blah. But I'll get back to him. Let me go. I'm trying to stay with my notes now. Danni, who we love so much, she came in with her vape. Like, okay, what? I appreciated the fact that she was honest. She never tried to cover up how she felt. I don't believe anybody tried to cover up how they felt, but she basically was like, listen here, yo. And she just spilled it right out. She just said it. She was honest about how much she disliked him, how she basically hated him until the day he died and would not be happy until they were throwing the dirt in his face. So I kind of liked her. Y'all gotta excuse all the noise, just me moving around. I kind of liked her honesty, as I always do. And then when she gave the chef's kiss, I was over it. Not the chef's kiss. Like she could have said Matabella Tutti Frutti, Bravissimo. She gave the chef kiss. Yes, she did. So I'm happy that she handled it like she did, and she went home. Now it was bothering her clearly. So she went home and she got back into her journal. And I really like that. I like that she was struggling, okay, to express herself. I like that. So Tony comes in. Tony had kind of turned me off last season, but I think I kind of forgot about it a little bit because he showed strength when he was talking to Rich, and then when he went right to Danni to kind of comfort her and to check on her. So I liked that. So yeah, so she wanted to do something else, but that's just Danni. I don't really believe that it was a deflection, but it could have very well been a deflection about everything that's going on. I still, in a way, I'm kind of rooting for Danni and Tony. I'm kind of rooting for them. Now, if I sound off from last season and I was going somewhere else with my emotions, I think I'm all over the place, and I just love everybody today because they brought Robin back. So anyway, let me move right along. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going over my notes. Okay, this made my stomach itch. And I know I shouldn't take it personally, guys, but I have to. I have a master's in psychology. My concentration is ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis. And so when he called Michael mute, when the investigator, detective agent was talking to Zach, he called Michael mute. That burned me up. I know I shouldn't take things so seriously, but that touched me. Just how could you? Why would you go there? But anyway, so I was a little upset about that. But moving on. The detective, now Zach, he's already angry. He's already been through the system. So he's not buying nothing anyway. That's just him. That's his manhood. That's how he handles things. The detective tore Fatima up about Zach. And I hated to see when that, I just took me back to when Gary's guard security pushed Fatima. That pissed me off. And when I saw that again today, it pissed me off again because keep your hands to yourself. And you pushing? What? Anyway, so that kind of got me. But anyway, I know they had to reflect back to that so that, they could paint this picture, this picture of Fatima having ill feelings towards Gary. Okay, I spoke about the prints on the knife. I spoke about Hayden looking good. Poor little Sabrina. She's such a sweetie. And he tore her up like that. She been through enough. The experience with her being incarcerated for no reason. He really dug deep. They are dirty. And I know this is just acting, but this is how it is in real life. They will go through anything to evoke emotion. to rock your little emotional boat and make you say things, make you show things, give them things, give them bits and parts so they can put it together. And a lot of times put it together to just work for them. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. And I said it and I'll say it again. But anyway, moving forward, Zach and Fatima had a conversation, and I just hated that they had that conversation. He was trying to ask Fatima if she did it. Now, if you know about weapons, and we know that when you shoot somebody, okay, you shot them, they got on your nerves, yada, yada, yada. But when you stab somebody, that's a crime of passion. I know you guys know that. Crime of passion is usually you love somebody and they did you wrong. You expected a certain emotion from somebody and they didn't give it to you. Or they gave it to you in part and he took it back. Or you were delusional and you just couldn't see any better. But the thing about using a knife, and I know you guys are like, okay, she always giving an analysis. This is what I do. But the thing about using a knife is it takes a lot. It takes a lot to put a blade into somebody. I can see if you just cut somebody. But he was stabbed. Look at it this way. If I'm eating chicken, or for instance, if I'm cutting chicken, it's difficult to cut the chicken if you're cutting a whole raw chicken. I know you're like, okay, I'll never eat chicken again. But okay, guys, enjoy your chicken. But anyway, that was a lot. That was a lot. You have to be strong to do that. And I don't think they are considering it. I know you guys are like, listen, girl, it's just a show. Karen is pregnant. That would have took a lot for her to drive a knife through his neck. I could see Fatima doing something like that because she has a lot of pent up energy. Danni don't have time. Okay. And Sabrina definitely not. Andi's so tiny. How'd she get up there to his neck? Come on. It's just ridiculous. Where is the blood? Come on. Do better with this writing, y'all. Where's the blood? Whoever stabbed him, there was a gush. There was a gush. They hit a main artery. There's a gush. There's no dripping, dripping, dripping. So where is the blood on the scene of the crime? Because whoever did that, they would have blood. They would have blood. It doesn't look like they took them directly from the wedding, but the person who did the stabbing could have very well cut themselves. It's a whole lot. I know you're like, okay, listen here, Nancy Drew. I'm just saying. Anyway, so now that Robin has entered the chat, things are going to be different now. It's going to be different. Another thing, and I hadn't thought about it, that might be different is Andi's relationship with Jordan. It might change just a little bit. It might change just a little. You guys know I love me some Robin, and I'm here for it. Team Robin. Jordan's nice. He's nice, but he's not Robin, hun. He isn't. So I'm looking forward to see how that's gonna go. I don't want to see Jordan get hurt. I don't want to see him get hurt, but I can feel it in my bones. It's actually in my DNA. It's about to be a problem. Now, Gary's still alive, dead man walking. He's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. It's going to take a lot to get rid of him, but he is still alive. At this point, everybody is under the impression that he is deceased except for his assistant. So some people may be relieved. Well, I think everybody's relieved. I'm sorry. Everybody's relieved. But you know what? Where's Penelope? Penelope she's tiny also. But he hurt her. He did her wrong. And she's kind of, sensitive, and maybe she broke up in there. Maybe she did. I don't know, guys. But at any rate, whoever did it, it's probably going to be a surprise. But I'm sticking to my guns with Marie. Maybe Hayden, I don't know, but I'm sticking with Marie. Maybe Marie had Hayden to do it. Because Marie, she's not getting ready to come in there with her little dresses and her little wig and stuff. She not. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if that's a wig, but she's not getting ready to come in there and do it herself. But she may have very well had someone to do it. Now, I'm interested in knowing who was this woman that showed up to Hayden's place. Is that supposed to be Tamara or Tamara? You know, guys, I get it wrong. Y'all know, so just bear with me. But is that who it's supposed to be? She looked a little bit bigger. I really didn't see her face. And after I saw Robin, I didn't see nobody's face. Like everybody was blind. So when they showed the previews for next week, I didn't even see the previews real good. I heard Robin talking in the previews, but I didn't really see it. I'm happy. And I know you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm happy with how they blew him through the room. Like he bust in there, but he was gliding across. He was gliding across the floor. I'm happy. This has changed the direction of my day. It really has, because this, like I said, the show got off to a slow start, a messy start. Come on, let's move this little baby along. Let's come on. But then at the end, and when I tell you it was dry to me all the way up until the end, they did it. The writers knew what they were doing just on this part, when they blew. Listen, blew. When they blew Robin into the room. Guys, this was interesting. I went on through with the time. But anyway, so I'm thumbs up for this show overall, only because Robin came through. If he had not come, then I don't know exactly how I would have felt about this, because like I said, it was on a decline for me. I looked at the clock and I was like, okay, 15 more minutes of this. Because I was really my coffee had gotten cold. Wrap this thing up. But it took off. So I'm looking forward to next week. I usually don't plug myself. I got a few minutes, so I'm getting ready to plug a little bit of Doris in here. Guys, I have a radio show. It's an internet radio show. Everything Doris is the name of the show. I've been on for a few years, maybe 3 years. And I'm always looking for guests. So if you guys would like to be on the show, just leave me a message in the comments, or you can click on the link and you can reach me everywhere through that link. You can go on the wherever, everything that's on there, you can reach me, but I'm always looking for guests. So get at me. Also, I had 2 books to come out this week, one on Monday, one on Tuesday. I am an author. I'm on Amazon. I've written several books. The 2 that came out this week, one is a children's book, and the other one is just it's a dramedy, comedy, romedy. It's all those things. And if you love love like I love love, then you're gonna love Love Sucks. That's the name of the book. I just came up with that on the spot. That's a lot of L's. Anyway, guys, it's been real. I'll be back next week with episode 2. That is it, you guys. Bye.